Hey guys, this is Adrian from A&A Bees and Ada and Isaac's Honeybee Farm, and we are a small business in Gwinnett County in a backyard, and I'm going to take you on a little tour of our beehives. We have stock in the yard from Don the Fat Bee Man and the Flippin' Bee Company. So that's where we bought our bees from, and they're growing really well, and I'll let you know as we go along. So the only thing I bought this year from Don was 2 queens so far, and they're doing amazing and building up their hives, and I'll point you through there. Okay. So in this first green hive we have a new queen from Don's Bees. They have a pro feeder in there, get them going, and take a little peek. I've just kind of opened up so they can get out. I got a frame of honey in there, as well as a pro feeder, and the queen's getting to work now. She stayed in her little cage, which we had here, for about 3 or 4 days, and then I made sure to let her go. This is one of Don's hives, Don's packages I bought last year. That's now, they've done at least 2 deeps. In this middle section I'm trying to get them to draw out, and then I'll move it up. But nice and busy. This is a split I did, which is mainly about 4 frames in this lower section here, 4 frames down here. And they haven't quite started to pull out up here yet, pull honey, but they made it through the winter. So that hive there made it through the winter, and this hive here made it through the winter, and this one just about survived the winter. And they are now building up. I've just given them space to start building. They're putting 1 frame of honey up here from the inspection I did the other day, and they built up this bottom section here too. So nice busy hives. Now the problem I had with this hive, which was just a learning curve for me, was I found about 7 queen cells in there, and I'm still learning how to use those effectively, the way Don talks about in his videos. And yeah, I failed on making some of those into queens, but I should have probably left one in there, because I think I missed the queen swarm out, and they were very honey bound with 2 deeps, but they weren't building on these supers. I had another super on there thinking they're honey. They would just start building the honey up, and they didn't. They just built the 2 deeps and honey bound it, so there was no brood. So this week I put an extra frame from another hive in there, a frame that I like, and they hopefully we'll draw out some more queens there. They're chugging. You see these guys are chugging too. These are doing really well now. I think they've probably had some hatch out. Okay, I may try to make some mini nukes with those queen cells. Didn't quite work, but we'll get there. This is another one of my hives, of Don's hives, that made it through the winter. I've got a frame I need to pick up there on the floor, but I took it out yesterday. I was just leaving out the front so the bees would go back in the hive. As you can see, the ants are starting to get in there to clean it up. But this hive is always busy and always checking me out. But very strong hive, really doing well. Move over here. This is I put some bees in here for my removal, but they haven't done much. Those kind of guys are just I'm just letting them clean up a couple of frames in there. Just left it as a kind of feeder for bees to come in, clean. This is another hive. This was a split I made this year, and it's already in 3 or 4 frames and building up fast. I've got a bucket feeder on top with sugar water. And all these boxes I used, these were from Man Lake. I wasn't very impressed, to be honest, trying to use these for removal. They kind of did the job, but then by the time I got them home, all the frames were kind of sitting on the bottom. So I think I'll use those easy plastic boxes in the future. This gets complicated. I've got to remember what's in what. So I've got another one of Don's queens in here that she's released and starting to build now. This one here, this bucket, I need it fixed because the bucket's leaking. But it's this one here is a queen from the bee removal I did at the weekend, and they are strong in there. There's another queen in this box. You can see them all bumping around that opening at the back there. They're meant to be coming out the front, but not a lot of them. I kind of played around with designs. I actually prefer to have the entrance on the floor now, as opposed to that one, because they don't clean out as well when they're out of position. This is another hive that I got from the removal. I think they've gone and proposed that up, so that's good. They have another queen in there. And this is a split I made because I had a ballooned comb with eggs on it, so I just put it in there and they went ahead and gave themselves a queen. And then this one here is another one from the removal. So these are all nooks. Once they get well established, they'll be up for sale. And but I'll be keeping Don's queens in my yard, so the one down the end there is mine. But the rest of them, you can see they're busy, especially that one there. This is from a bee removal, a very active hive and doing well and staying in my yard, which is good. I kind of, you see the mesh over the front there, I kept that on there for a little bit to try and get them to make a home in there. The frames on the inside are really rubber banded around their old comb, rubber banded around the frame until they start establishing their own stuff, and then I'll put starter strips in there with new frames. So yeah, busy in the yard.